Hey y'all, my name is Deandra. Welcome back. This is the second video. Let's get on and pop it. But first, let me tell y'all this side story before I tell this story. You see this right here? Like this, it looks like a line or something. I was sitting over here putting concealer over and over my face, but then I just looked in the mirror and realized that I'm an idiot. It is just the shadow, like, from these fake eyelashes. They're so big that they're like causing a little shadow. Can y'all see them? Oh my gosh. What a crazy side story. The craziest thing that happened to me all day. But yeah, so cool. I'm gonna sit here and I guess it's my first sit down story time. Well, not really. My last one was a story time. If you didn't see it, I talked about how I had to carry poop in my bag for a very, very long time. So if you want to see that, go ahead, look at the other video. I'll be here. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Cool. So this story time was actually real scary. Like real scary. So let's get our serious faces on. Let me get a sip of my sparkling water. And let's do this thing. All right. So this happened when I first moved in to this apartment. Bum, bum, bum. But yes, this is not too long ago. This was like, it was about a year ago. So me and my friend, we had just moved into this apartment, and it was, I guess they just like renovated it because it's an old building. Like it has graffiti and stuff on the outside, but when you come in, it's completely redone. So we come in, they're still in construction, but like they show us what it's gonna look like, and it looked really nice. And it was also cheap. We ain't gonna talk about it now. We were a little on the cheap side. Cheap. It was cheap. I mean, I'm living in New York. I'm young. Let me live my cheap life. But no, so we see it. We're like, okay, this is gonna be awesome. And then the first strike. We were supposed to move in on the 1st of May. We come in the 1st of May. There is no ACs. Half of the stuff is the entire downstairs. That's where someone else is gonna live. That's not done at all. There's like sawdust and like random debris all over the floor when we came in, and we're like, oh hell no! What is this? Like what's happening? Like what? I'm lost. Please explain to me. So the landlord, he's like, oh, like, sorry, we got like something happened, we got put behind schedule. But he was being really shady about it, and he wasn't telling us like what's up. What happened? We want to know. Like literally, we're supposed to be able to move in today. Good thing our lease wasn't up at our other place until like 3 weeks into the month. So but if we had to move in on the 1st, we would not have been able to. Like literally, there was a hole in my wall where the AC is supposed to be. So it was horrible. And then he's like, everything's gonna be done on the 15th. What? The 15th? Like, cause that's getting good and close at the time like we have to be out of the other place. So I'm like, we're like, okay, because this is our first time like doing anything like this, like alone, without like the help of any of our parents or anything. Like we went out and found this one. So we're like, okay, as long as you can guarantee that I'll have someplace to live on the 15th, you know, because that's close to when we had to be out. So I was like, okay, like we don't have time for you to say this again in 2 weeks. And he's like, no, like I understand this, that, and the third. It's gonna be done. It's gonna be done. This is what this man tells us. Okay, so we move in 2 weeks later. There's a few things here and there that need to be fixed. the entire downstairs is still not done. So he informs us that there will be construction people just coming in and out downstairs, in and out, just working. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. As long as you like text us before they're about to come or something, because we're two young girls, you know. And it wasn't even just our one apartment. In the building, it was new, so there was only one other girl, and she was on the 3rd floor. So I'm like, yeah, like, there's no way that I'm, like, just letting you come in and out like that. Like, you need to tell us. And they're like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. So it's going good. It's a week or two. They're fixing, like, minor things that we have upstairs. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's going good. And we're talking to the girl on the 3rd floor, and she's like, it's really annoying because I don't have a microwave. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean you don't have a microwave? Like, I thought all floors had microwave, washer, dryer, you know? And she was like, yeah, like, it was supposed to, but there's just a hole, and they said that they're gonna fix it. And we're like, oh, they're probably just, like, behind, because with ours, we had to move in 2 weeks after the fact, and, like, all this crazy stuff. We're exchanging our horror stories, or so we thought that they were our horror stories. The horror has not begun, like, at all. So it's a few weeks later. We're finally, like, getting all of our stuff. Our couch is there. We're still waiting for, like, things like mattresses and frames to, like, come. So we're just sharing and sleeping on the couch, and just, like, kind of, like, living in the common area that we have, which is cool. So I'm at work. My friend, she's coming home. So she's the only one, like, supposed to be there. No one is in the house at all. She sees these 2 guys on the street, like, staring at her weird, but, like, being a woman in New York, it's, like, not anything too crazy. But she was like, yeah, that's kind of weird. But she went inside, and as she was turning the door, she heard footsteps inside. So she opens the door, and then we see, like, literal boot prints. You could see them going down the steps. And she was like, that's really annoying, because she was like, maybe it's the construction people and they just had to, like, use the bathroom, so they came upstairs even though they shouldn't be upstairs, you know, like, trying to justify everything. When I say she comes in, opens the door, and none of the ACs are in the rooms. Like, literally, someone came in and took all of the ACs. There are 4 rooms here, and none of them have ACs. It's hot in New York. Like, it is hot in New York. And now we just have holes in our wall, which is so dangerous, like, because of mice and rats that are all over New York. They could easily just squeeze in. So we have no idea what's happening at this point. She calls me, I'm freaking out. I get home because I don't want her there by her, like, herself. So as soon as I get off, I rush home, and we're calling the landlords. Like, we're calling. No one is answering the phone. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So we're trying to look on the bright side, and I'm like, maybe, hear me out. Let's just hear me out. Trying to come up with stuff. I'm telling my roommate, like, oh, maybe they took the ACs because they just needed to, like, something was, like, going on. You know how they come up here and fix stuff? Maybe it was the repair people, or, like, the people that are the construction people. Maybe they just took it for, you know? I'm like, maybe they just took it and they were gonna bring it back. Very, like, the Grinch that stole Christmas. I'm like, nah, nobody, no, that didn't happen. That's crazy. But now it's 8 p.m. that night, and we're sitting on the couch talking. We hear someone coming in from down the steps. So we're like, what Like, no, no, no. So I don't know what to do. I'm ready to leave. Like, my fight or flight, I'm gone yesterday. Like, I'm not with the mess. I'm not here. I'm like, I just moved in. Keep the couch. I hope you like it. Like, I left it warm for you. It's comfy. Please. Like, I don't want any smoke, like, at all. I promise you. I want none of it. But my other friend, she's like, no. She grabs the biggest knife. And I was like, so we doing this? Like, oh. Okay. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool too. Like, literally crying in the bag. Like, no, 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 no. I don't want it. I do not want it. But she's like, hello? Like, who's down there? And then we hear these boots, like, boom, 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 coming up the steps. My heart's beating so fast. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm about to do or what I'm about to have to witness, but like, it was so scary. And then one of the small construction workers comes in like, hello. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, boy, you don't even know. You was about to get done up. Like, you have no idea. And he's just like so nice, just like, hello. And we're like, hi. And then I'm like, back with my theory, like, so did you just so happen to, I don't know, like, maybe take all of our ACs to like fix them and then bring them back? Did any of you or your guys do that, huh? Did ya? Did ya? And obviously he's like, no, none of my guys did that. Like, we wouldn't do that. So he's now looking through the rooms, and then he was like, yeah, it looks like you guys got robbed. So now we're talking to him and we're like, okay, but like, how could we have gotten robbed? Like, we're the only ones with the keys, us three. And when I said us three, all of us got the keys, he informed me that no, he did not, in fact, ever get a key. The landlord never gave him a key, so they had just been leaving the basement door unlocked.
I don't know how y'all do shit where you from, but let me tell you something. Where I'm from, we don't do shit like that.
We had lived there for literally 3 weeks. Like, just let that sink in. For 3 weeks, me and this other girl in our early 20s were by ourselves, just sleeping, hanging out, living our lives with the door unlocked for 3 weeks. And I guess somebody saw them keep coming in and out and broke in. Luckily, thank goodness, like, none of us were there, none of us got hurt. But what? Like, what? That's insane. Like, insane in the membrane. Like, that blows my mind. And so we're like, are you kidding me? Oh my God, like, going. And he's like, oh, like, sorry. And I'm like, no, you're gonna lock this door right now. And every time you guys need to come in, I don't care. Knock on the front door and we'll let you in. Like, no. Like, no, because that's insane. And then by this time, a guy had moved in on the 3rd floor. So we're just chilling that night, like, so scared. And then we hear someone at midnight trying the bottom door. Like, it's almost an empty house. So, and there's only 2 people, so none of us are talking. You can hear it. We hear them trying to break in. And I'm like, what? So we've run up the steps to the 3rd floor and we knock on the door and we're like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I hope we're not waking you up. Like, we're sorry that it's so late, but please, like, can you go downstairs? Because we think that someone's trying to break in. And I feel so bad. Like, this poor guy, this random guy, he just moved in and he's like probably thinking like, no, girl. But obviously, since he's like the only man in the entire building, he was like, okay, yeah, like, I got this. I got this, you know, like trying to put on this big old front, but you could tell he was scared, but so were we. So he gets like a head flashlight. I don't know why he had that, but so he turns it on. He goes into our apartment so slowly, and then he's like, whew, okay. He's going down the steps, and then he's like, yo, like, this is crazy. Like, you know, trying to, I guess, like, scare somebody away if they did get in. And then he opened the door. He said nobody was out there, but he did see, like, 2 creepy people. Like, they look, like, kind of sketchy, looking from across the street. And then he said the description. And my friend, she was like, that is the same 2 people that she saw earlier that were looking at her like crazy. And I was like,
hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
That was so scary. Honestly, that was really scary, that entire ordeal. So then the landlord, he finally gives us a call back at 1 in the morning, talking about, hey, like, I saw you've been calling me all day, what's up? Like, it was a Jewish holiday, so we couldn't use any of our phones. And like, in my head, I'm like, our luck, like, are you kidding me? And so we can't even be like, you should have had your phone, da, da, da. Like, you know, because it was a holiday and we couldn't, you know. So it was a really weird thing, but we told him everything that was happening, and we also weren't questioning him, which obviously he avoided completely. Like, why was the door unlocked? Like, why didn't you give them a key? Oh, because this, that, like, excuses. He says he's gonna call somebody out to come and I guess, like, just hang out with us tomorrow, like, the next night, in case the people tried to come back. And the whole thing was a mess. And then the next morning, we obviously called the police. So I'm, like, on the phone with my parents, sobbing, because this is the first time that I've done anything as an adult, like, moving, you know. So it was so scary. I was calling my parents and I was like, oh, somebody broke in the house, like, take me back to Georgia, I hate New York, you know. Like, no, I should never have to deal with this, you know, like, because it was horrible. So that happened. My mom's like, no, you're fine. And I was like, yeah, you're right. She gets me. Just little things. And my mom was like nice to me, but she was also like, girl, get over it. Like, call the police. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I called the police. They came over. The landlord also came over. And this woman, I wish I knew her. I want her to be my best friend, honestly. Girl, if you're watching this, I'm obsessed with you. When I say this girl went in, she went in on the landlord. She was like, I ought to arrest you right now. How dare you, like, have random men here all the time and also not give them a key, putting their lives in danger. What is wrong with you? And she was just going, oh, and like, we're obviously over there like, but then in the corner like, oh yeah, you better let them know. You better let them know. Is how I felt. And then obviously the landlord will like, what? His like last ditch effort, he was like, well, it's not even all my fault. Like, before they moved in, there was another incident where they stole like all the ACs before, and they also took a microwave from the 3rd floor. And we're like, so you know someone has been looking at this place and you did not even tell us? Couldn't even give us a little heads up, a little, hey, just so you know, we got robbed last week. Be careful. Hide your kids, hide your wife. You know, nothing. Like, literally no things at all. So that was very annoying. But guess whose broke self did not pay full rent? Me. I did not. I was not. My roommate, she told me like all the things that we can do. And yes, so if anything crazy like that happened to y'all, no, you do not have to pay full rent, because that whole situation was a mess in the, like, not even a month, because we couldn't move in until the 15th. For the 2 weeks that we lived there, we got robbed. And it's not even like somebody just walked in, like, you know, there wasn't like break-in or anything crazy. Like, my landlord just basically let him in the door and said, here you go. So I'm glad I have roommates now, so I'm not alone. Yeah, everything else is better. We still don't have a lot of stuff. Like my what is this even called? My lights have these cute little like decal type things around it. Like 2 or 3 of those are missing, and like a bunch of stuff is still not right, but we not getting robbed, so that's that. The moral of that story. But yeah, thanks for sitting around, listening to me talk, listen to me be. Yeah, no, that's all I got for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a big old like, a big old subscribe. I don't know, or you can follow me if you want to just see my face. If you like the face, the talking, then like you can do without, whatever. You can follow me on Instagram at itsdeandra O_O. That's gonna be ITSDEANDRA O_O. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.